Let's just connect my laughter. I don't need to, like, you know, expand my laughter. I'm looking at you over in the background. So this is the School of Storm with Diabolic Daddy, our friend Stubbadial, and Firecat and Snake. He has been playing this game since 2 years old. 8 years! This game's been around, at least 9 in all probability. And this was my first character, Orin Ironstone. Mom named hers Alexandria after his middle name. Orin is for my older son's for his middle name. I didn't name him Orin, by the way. It's Orion, but this is as close as we had. So here we are, going back to school, kids.
It's funny, Orion.
And there's my first teacher, Halston Balestorm.
It's kind of funny.
Have you gone to speak with Walter Chaplin in Marleybone's Royal Museum?
My squeaky little voiced, hat-loving, excessive drinking teacher. It's weird drinks like iced tea, and he has to have water for bizarre things, like the fountain in the middle of the desert or whatever. And he's got some real specific requirements for you. But all in all, let's get to the storm aspect of Storm. And what makes Storm a good storm? Well, the biggest part of it is your spell deck. These are the power of Storm. We have like Supercharge, we've got Blades, we've got this big spell here, and if you notice, Storm is the most powerful school and the most likely school to eat it in combat. You're going to realize that, especially when you are starting out. You are going to have more fizzles, or spell failures, as other games would refer to them as, than everybody else. However, when your spells go off, this little guy here's got about 25 more points than everyone else, and he's kind of a one-shot, one-kill in his prime. In his prime, he's a one-shot, one-kill. As a matter of fact, some of the extra goodies that are going on, and I'll explain later, he kind of already is. And I'm going to go through some of the spells with you, and I'm going to take you to a spot where I can pretty much kill anything at any given moment. But prior to that, I'm going to go through some more of the specialities of the Storm School. You have a Healing Current spell because you totally need healing with this school. So much so that my secondary school, I actually took on Life School so I could get this. And I will explain why that works for me so well in this exact second right here.
That's the wrong side.
Sorry, amulets. It's one of the few items I've actually spent real money on. I got it on sale, of course, because I am cheap. Hey, more money that I save, more money I can spend on that guy over there. But there are a variety of pets that go to Storm. There are going to be items specifically for Storm, such as clothing items. And, of course, not everything I own is a Storm pet. Spike here, good dog that he is, not Storm. But we will keep it a stormy episode.
Oh, by the way, if you have a friend that has all the clean pets, you can breed with them.
Yeah, if you like someone else's pet, and they're willing, they got the money, you got the money, breeding is a possibility. As a matter of fact, I will show you how to get more money. That's a balanced school guy, we don't need to see them. And like this game is prone to torrents, like torrents of rain is our storm tree. He's the one who will sell you the ability to make cards for your school, which you can trade with other people. In terms of the actual gameplay, I do not do a lot of in-game card trading in a regular fashion. Sorry, I just have to look at that guy, because it's a little Rexy. I love big, giant, toothy monster dinosaurs. Now, if you're wondering about the pogo stick I'm on, that is not standard Storm School issue. If you're really new to this, there are mounts. Yep, see? Dinos are a part of our house. That's one of the newer mounts, by the way, that little car. The Marleybone GT. I believe... Who should I beat up on? I think I'm going to go to a tower over here. My storm guy, as he's 8 years old, is a very high-level storm guy. Not the highest storm guy you can find in the game, as a matter of fact. For 8 years, you think I'd be at highest level, but, you know, I've got a life, so I have to do things away from this. Lawn needs to be cut. Kids need to have attention paid to them. Food needs to get cooked, so I don't really go wah and just play this one game either. So needless to say, I'm not a full-level storm guy, but I can give you a brief introduction to some of their spells. Now, there are several different spell types. There are enhancement spells, such as blades and traps, which make your attack better. There are attack spells. There are healing spells, there's enchantments which cover the whole realm, but we're going to start off pretty simple. First off, this little guy is a Sun School spell.
Wait, we got all the Rexes.
And you can add them to other spells, see? Now I couldn't add them to a blade, but there are things that will add to blades, or I could add them to a trap.
Put on the trap!
But we'll throw a trap on, so you can see a trap. Now that was an Ice School spell, and that gives a little ice signal. That's a fizzle. That was a Storm School signal that happens. And this is the general layout of the place.
Make the power Rex to do.
Now, another thing I forgot to show is that my clothing is amped up. And I'll have to show you my clothing amps, because this is the best way I found to run Storm Wizard of the 1 podcast. And then I have to work some second best ways, as the game progressed, they found out there were people like me, I guess, and worked around that too. This is also a favorite spell. So which do we do first? I'd say
Gojira!
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 Feel guard. She's already got the trap on him.
Trap!
This game has a lot of math to it, whether they want to or not, so I do a base damage.
I also kind of just
30% plus 25%. He's got storm resistance. Storm school. Except for that. Now that's a lightning bat. That's like the second spell you ever get. This one's a little further down the line. It gives random damage. It's one of the things about Storm. There is a certain randomness to Storm that I love. This other random damage spell is another lightning bat. Yeah, you might do 1,000 points of damage to an enemy, and there's a chance that you might actually just... Oh, there was a fizzle. Hey. Living the storm life. This storm spell is actually from my wand. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to throw out the lightning bat. Now you saw that the lightning bat's range was granted to 20 negative. Let's see my guy not do 220. I have almost 100. Now there's something you want your pets to do for you.
That's a really
You want your pets to cast spells in favor of what you do. Your pets don't attack in this game like they do in Pirate 101, but they're great little helpers.
And they give you stats.
Tempest is actually an early spell for Storm. 80 per pip, which if you don't know what a pip is, it's in front of my character. That's the casting cost.
That is so much.
In Magic the Gathering, for instance, yeah. Soda, what are you talking about?
Dr. Pepper, remember?
And after you get a battle done, you get a great reward. I'm thinking Pib. That was Mr. Pib to you, man.
Well,
so what I'm going to show you,
Mr. Man.
This is my character in the world of D&D. Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you who aren't so old and geeky. It shows my health. And if you look here, it shows that there is an 1886 base, and then benefits to my health by way of various items that I have on my character. This is my mana, which is my magical power. Again, same thing. Or Red Mountain Dew, Blue Mountain Dew.
There's a Green Mountain Dew.
Training points, that means I have extra spells that I could learn. Experience for that type. Explanatory. Crowns are the money currency.
Money.
Arena tickets, energy, etc. This is the part where I get into being a Storm Wizard. I have 67% extra damage added to my Storm spells. I actually sometimes run with about 80%. Resistance here,
Pretty good.
actually for my level, pretty low. Accuracy, needless to say, I have to have extra accuracy added. There's a second list of stats. Critical rating, 25% critical. That means I can get double damage. Roughly speaking, 1 out of every 4 hits. Now, do I normally roll this way? Not always. I have different hats. Sometimes I need more protection against fire. Sometimes I need more protection against the spiritual ones as compared to the elemental ones. And Storm is definitely not elemental school. Sometimes, you know, I want a little extra healing. There are different sets. Storm Attack is probably my favorite. I need to change my boots away from the Christmas market, so I forgot about that. This one's got a bunch of shielding on them. This is for ice shielding, which I don't really use a lot of. I think I actually took that out. Death Party. I'm going against a death guy. And what does this do to my stats? Well, my critical rating for Storm is down to 1%, so I didn't care about that. I have blocking, which means I can block criticals. So if someone pulls a critical out, I have a chance of blocking. My damage is down considerably. However, I'm taking 30% less damage from these spirit schools. Now there's activities. Being a Storm Wizard, I have absolutely no advantage in crafting. Or disadvantage. No one else does better. In badges, well, there's a couple badges that I actually did have a little bit easier time earning than others.
There's one badge for every school that you can't earn any other school with.
Specifically, though, the one badge that I had an easier time earning with this character than I will any other character is the 1 in a million, meaning I actually hit the million mark by way of a singular attack. 1 million points of damage in one attack, which was tedious to do, but, you know, completion, I like it. I don't do a lot by way of ranked PvP matches, and that's player versus player for which we're really out there we go, but Storm School can be pretty brutal. I've done other characters within there, and I've fought a lot of different characters in PvP, and that's pretty brutal. Regardless of what school you do. And it's just a matter of strategy. And with Storm, it's get the battle over quick because you have no lasting power. So hammer them with the damage of the hammer. And a lot of that is done by the way of deck construction. See, I've got different decks for different occasions. The game allows you to choose your deck name. That would be your backpack, by the way.
Just the front.
Yeah, no one actually sees the name of your deck. However, we'll find a way to put something horrid in your deck. Or in their game and share it to people online or whatever. So King's Isle has a system set to where you're not going to be doing screwy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go back to my deck real quick. You also have treasure cards, and any storm treasure card you have will be better for you than other cards. And some of the treasure cards don't even really... Oh, this is elemental shields. These are spirit shields. I'll take those out if I think he does right now. Some of the treasure cards you just create by accident, which is, well, kind of a thing. Because you can't sell them, you can't get rid of them, which means out of the right way. These things. Looking to see if there's anything. Rain Beetle actually can't be managed by the little adding storms and Snowman. So these guys aren't really that interesting. Stormbird can be done by way of specialty. Soul Sapper, Thunder Sweeper are specific to this Stormbird. Cloud Demon be created by using the Fire School and the Storm Changer. He can't. Catlin's a special spell you can actually find in the game somehow. I'll have to explore that option later. And then there's Leviathan, which is one that I can actually do on my own without having to have any specialties. So I'm able to go back out, come back in and do another fight. I think we'll probably... Hey Rex, what's up, bud? Go back to Storm Attack, please. And you don't have to choose the Storm School colors of, you know, blue and yellow. You don't have to add green. You can choose your favorite colors. I just happen to choose purple and green because, well, green's my favorite and purple's my second. They have a beginning thing that says, kind of helps you choose what school you want to go to if you aren't sure. You kind of get a school interview, like, what do you find cooler, volcanoes, or tornadoes, or a pack of hummingbirds, or whatever.
Or a dinosaur.
Oh, see? This is Sharpened Blade. You can add it to Storm Blade, making a extra Storm Blade, more percentages.
They need a change.
And you can stack your blades. Now, I can't do 2 regular Storm Blades, but what I can do is one Sharpened Storm Blade and a second blade, more blades. And then you can stack your blades up, and that's how I got to 1 million with this guy. By a bunch of blades stacking. This can go on to an extra trap, but I don't need to. This is a balance school. The Elemental Blade.
Use that one too.
Maybe I'll make me a big girl.
Big girls. Just like
Yeah.
your stomachs.
What are you talking about, boy? That's a Fire Elf. That is the second damage spell you get with Fire Elf. This. Well, hold on. I was gonna do a Fire School one.
I know.
So don't start rambling about how great the Fire School is. Each of the schools is great. You just have to learn how to use them.
What has like the most fun in mind?
Well, opinions are for everybody. You get to have your opinion. Not saying you can't. However,
Doesn't it?
at this particular point, we're just going to go through and do the thing on this one. Yeah, I really love that spell. That is an awesome spell. As a matter of fact, I may use my Fire Wizard for the video, but I may have to try and include him in the video with his wizard because his Fire Wizard is the second most developed wizard in the family, I believe.
Maybe. No, they're mom.
And we'll put that on that. I do love my lightning bats. I probably will. I'm gonna put it on Foul Gaze. Foul Gaze is the rank 3 boss, by the way. He's actually a lot harder to deal with when you're a lower wizard, because when you start off as a storm wizard, you don't have as many hit points as everyone else, and it continues progressively. This fire wizard is what, level 29 my guy? Has more hit points than me.
Almost.
Depends on which suit we're both wearing.
Yeah.
Really is the big point of it.
I've got him to full.
No, we've done you already. No. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the Storm Owl and the Sirens, and that'll be the end of this video. Okay. Let's put another one of those down so I can do the turn. Sorry I can't fast forward through this since I'm doing it live. But again, strategies for Storm, there's really two. One is boost your clothing in terms of protection and wear through the battle. The other is the direction I prefer, which I think Storm is really designed best for. Create enormous damage in one fell shot. Quickly smack your enemies down with gigantic damage. And the thing is you can multi-damage people in this too. Sirens and Storm are actually two of the ones. It's also a Thunder God, which is quite awesome. They are designed to hit everybody for a ton of damage. 14,000 damage is not easy for a lot of schools to get. And that is kind of the beauty of Storm. That's what it does better than most everyone else.
I think
Well, I actually should probably rank the schools and, you know, determine mathematically if that statement's true, and I think it might be. The third, I have a suspicion. Oh, he's awesome too. I love the Kraken.
Release the bullshit.
This is Supercharge. 10% per pip to the next Storm spell, which, if they all go to the yellow pips, that can be 140% added. You know what? I think I'm going to do the Kraken with the Supercharge. Now the thing is, I can do a bladed Supercharge also. So I can get a bladed Supercharge, a regular Supercharge. I can, and that's going to produce roughly 280%, 290% right off the bat. And then I can add a bladed... Let's do a drum real quick. I can do a bladed regular blade, storm blade, and then I can do a storm blade. And then I can do a bladed elemental, and then another elemental. We're already up to 6 additions here.
Oh, and
totaling over 300%. Shall we do Mr. Kraken to end the show?
No, do the other guy.
Soul Sapper?
Actually, you were going to do the ladies.
Man, I was thinking about it. Of course, I could do the Leviathan.
Yeah,
the Leviathan?
Leviathan.
Okay. We will pass. The Leviathan is also an actual Storm School spell, so I wanted to kind of keep to those. I was thinking about doing the others, but let's just, you know... Oh, Stormlord. Or as I refer to him as Dad. I love Dad. Dad's awesome. He's the other guy. Not only does he get everybody, but he also drops the stun down in life. Which these guys wouldn't survive, but you know. So what do you think, Dad?
Leviathan!
Leviathan?
The cutie.
Well, we do love our Leviathans. So, with that, our field guard will be dead, and I'll go and give you some further tours of different schools from Wizard.
Yeah, kids, make sure your Leviathans are above.
Treat your Leviathans well. So this is the school where damage happens.
That is like here.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your Leviathan or you're gonna learn how to do fields. The Fields Guard. He's got the feels. Now he's gotta cry. So yeah. Now there are some extra storm accoutrements. I'll show you one in particular that you can actually purchase for yourself with real money, or I might actually teach you how to do it through in-game money. We'll go to the Storm House.
Which does have a lot of cool decorations.
And I'll probably give you a housing tour later, but
Oh.
Storm's got a feel to it. I like Storm. I am a big Storm fan. See, there's our little Storm logo. There's the house coming out of the ocean. There's Triton up there with this. He gets electrically shocked once in a while. That's a statue of a Kraken, but he comes from a different area. He's not just Storm accoutrement. We got some house magic that shows off some whoa. And also, this little guy is a Storm pet that you actually get for being in the Storm school. I've got a couple of them, of different Storm pets. I don't keep them all in the same spot. Oh, hey, Mr. Triton. He's another Storm pet if you haven't figured out that. These guys, I had to, especially the Storm cat, you do not know the great lengths I went to get to this cat. Everybody had their Storm cat before me. I'm gonna whine now. Oh, there's a secret cave. You can also kind of make your own Storm pets, as Luke made me a Storm Pickle. He's cute and purpley and yellow. And then you can decorate the inside of your Storm house however you want it to be. And you can live your own little Storm life. Nothing really to look out these windows. By the way, your mounts can't come in the house with you. You have to leave them outside.
That is your backpack. It's really huge.
Oh, by the way, this is my big fish tank that comes at the house. It's got a very kind of steampunk feel to it. That's one of the reasons I like this house.
Like
I was so happy. It's steampunk. There's my pet shark, and you can actually capture this stuff in fishing. And this cool thing, these elements and spiritual things, which aren't really spiritual, but hard to explain that one, are pervasive throughout the game. So your elements for crafting, there's Storm Elemental crafting pieces. Oh, shark.
Storm shark.
It's a Storm shark. Yeah, the eyes are looking at me, and the brain is following me. Quit braining me, man.
Yeah, it's big, right?
So yeah, every element within the game.
What about sharks?
Oh, yeah, we love sharks. Basically, any toothy thing that could potentially murder you can also be cute. You don't believe it? Well, you got a dog or a cat. Right. I mean, you know, just saying.
Especially a cat.
And there's Storm furniture. There's Storm pretty much everything. Honestly, I love the Storm school, but I also love the other schools, so I'm eventually going to get around to giving you the tour of those. Now, this on the pogo stick has been Orin Ironstone. I myself am Darth Double Daddy, and this is Firecat.
This is.
And we've got a lot of sharks and other guys who've visited the video. But at this point, we've really got one thing left to do. Go punch.
It's a pound.
Go pound. Goats out.